Hi everybody, Rachel here from Mindful Parenting. Thank you very much if you are joining me live. Say hi, please give me a wave and a hello and let me know that you are here. If you are watching this on a catch up or a little bit later, over a cup of tea or a glass of wine, hi everybody. I'm in a slightly different angle today. I was hoping to do this video outside, so apologies for the lighting. But I wanted to have a little chat with you today about grounding, because I mentioned that I was going to be talking about that yesterday. So I'm going to do grounding and then we're going to have a little chat, because then I can move the camera around. Hi Bonzi, how you doing? Give me a little hello there. So apologies for the dodgy lighting in here, it's really bad. Hi, Christy's here back again. She knows all about the grounding stuff. But I wanted to have a chat with you, and I really wanted to do it standing, because I don't know about you, but anybody here been suffering with electric shocks? And you're touching the taps or the door handles and you're getting that little, just that little shock. That is a key indicator that your system isn't being grounded. And when I first came across this 16 years ago, when I started learning about massage, I thought it was all a bit of woo-woo nonsense, to be perfectly honest, because it was something that one of my instructors was talking about quite a lot, that you had to make sure you were grounded before you treated somebody. And I was like, really? It's a bit of a woo-woo. Don't believe that. But the crux of it is about your electrical charge. It is about the energy that is flowing through you. And our system has an electrical current, which is why, when you're talking about lightning and being grounded, church steeples and being grounded, that flow of energy and electricity, we are a conduit. So I had to kind of go through a bit of a research thing, because the woo-woo in me was going, no, this is all nonsense. And then I realised actually it's scientifically based. And the whole point of it is that your flow is not quite in balance. And I think a lot of us are finding that our balance with a lot of things is unsettled, out of kilter. We're just hitting a change of season, and if you are follow moon cycles or any of the pagan cycles as well, we've just hit Beltane, which is the big combination of female earth, green man combination. But for you guys who aren't quite so spiritual on that front, it's springtime. So our days are becoming longer, our daily cycles are altering, and we have to acknowledge that and take a step towards adjusting. We are in a double whammy, because obviously our normal patterns are out of flux. So I've been finding that, and it really surprised me, because I haven't had an electric shock from something in ages, and I got quite cross a couple of weeks ago. I was like, what's this all about? But it is because I haven't been grounding myself, and I feel out of kilter. So for me, I like to ground standing. You don't have to stand, but what you're looking for is a connection to the earth. I'm going to have to move forward because you guys can't see me because the lighting's so bad. Sorry. I've got windows everywhere in this room, and I can't go outside because the 4G won't connect well enough. And it's very windy. It's very windy today. Is it windy with you? Lovely sunshine, but terribly windy. So if you can imagine that you can see my feet, I'm going to see if I can move the camera just so that you can see. So can you see my feet there? So barefooted, okay? Try and be barefooted. And if you're not barefooted, sorry, bit of a boob shot there. Do apologise for you guys. If you're not barefooted, you don't want to be in anything artificial. So no plastic flip-flops. But if you can be barefooted, it works much, much better. Very windy. Chrissy, what is going on? Hi Lorna, how are you? Haven't seen you for a few years. Thanks very much for dropping in. God, I bet your boys have got big now as well. We're talking about grounding, Lorna. The key of it is we are in a really fortunate position that we are allowed outside. Okay, we are not housebound. And I think the best way to do grounding is in nature, because the force of the flow of energy through natural substances and natural material is much, much better than if you were trying to do it on a lino floor. In my massage room, they are the worst things ever. Like, you know those horrible carpet tiles that they use in offices? That's what I've got. It is not fun grounding in that. And the people in the other offices are always laughing because I'm always barefooted. It's the only way I can work. So what I do when I'm treating clients is I ground before, during and after I see everybody. But I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But for you guys, you need to get outside. You need to get outside and literally shake all the negative stuff off. You might think I'm being woo-woo, but trust me, it changes your energy flow, okay? And it changes the charge that is running through you. So get all of that negative stuff out. Literally shake it out through your feet, through your arm, all the way down to the fingers. Shake that stuff out. You have to work with your breath. So feet planted, fiddle around with your feet, okay? Squelch those toes into, if you can work on grass, lovely, I love working on grass. Feel that ground underneath you and just feel your body stack from your feet. Knees are nice and loose. Okay, you're in a natural position. Shoulders, just drop them. You're not doing a big posture thing. This is about comfort and in your own body. So just drop all the way down. And as you breathe in, I want you to think that you're breathing in through your feet. I know you guys are going to think I'm a bit mad, but trust me on this, you feel it. So you're going to take a breath in, all the way up. And as you breathe out, let it all go again. Now you want to repeat that. You can repeat that as many times as you want to, but you need a good, most probably 4 cycles. Don't worry about how you're breathing, okay? Don't worry that, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the nose. The key is connect that breath to your body and connect your body to the ground. And what you're doing is you're drawing that energy through and then you're recycling it and letting it back out. And trust me, you will physically feel more balanced. And chances are your heart rate will drop because that's part of the breathing. And we'll be talking more about breathing over the next few weeks. You guys must have seen a few of my breathing videos anyway. Breath is really, really key to centering and balance. But for grounding, just, connect those feet in. Just feel the body just sink. It's a relaxed pose. There's nothing forced about it. Okay, you just want to relax into it. And I like to close my eyes when I do it. But fingers, yeah, do you know what? It changes my energy immediately. I mean, my girls laugh because my circulation isn't great. My hands are always cold. Within about 45 seconds of massaging, they're like toast. I go, wow, it's like magic. And I'm like, it's energy. My energy has shifted and my whole flow of my energy has changed and I've connected back to that source again. So when I'm massaging with clients, I take it all out, shake it out all the way down, let the whole body go. I then connect back exactly the same way I've just shown you. I plant my feet. Grounding breath. I'll do 2, 3, 4, maybe 10 cycles of that. And I'll do that before I put hands on somebody. And then as I put hands on somebody, I do exactly the same thing again. So I ground myself to them and them to my energy. So with that, I will feed my energy into that person. but I keep my connection very firmly, so that I'm not giving all of me, which is why as a therapist I realised after about 2 or 3 years of treating people, I can only see a few people. I limit myself. I'm much better at conserving my energy now. But massage, and any of you guys, you know, if you do Reiki, if you do reflexology, Bowen, cranial sacral, any of those therapies, they take more than your physical energy. They take your emotional, spiritual, all of that energy gets put into what you do. And I'm sure you guys, you know, I mean, Barnsley, you're a teacher. I know the passion that you feel in that. So when you're passionate about something, that energy flows with you. You know, dancers, again, you know, Barnsley and my goddaughter, Charlotte, you know, both major dancers, that is a flow of energy. That is not about the calories that you're consuming to fuel your body. That is about your energy keeping you going. So be aware at the moment, all of our systems are struggling with this flux between our emotive states, because we're, you know, you can't help but be thinking something, feeling something, whether that's, I know we've got massive extremes of people who are delighted because they're, you know, they've downed tools and they're having a wonderful time, to people who are struggling financially, emotionally, spiritually. You know, they're not getting financial support, they're not getting emotional support at home, single parents. There is a whole array of things going on, and we are all experiencing it differently. Connect this back to yourself. This is not about you taking 15 minutes out of a day and scheduling it in. This is just whenever you feel, hi Shelley, how are you guys doing? But those kids are keeping you crazy busy. You'll like this one, Shelley. Shelley will definitely think I'm woo-woo with this, but she's used to coming, she's been coming to my classes for years, so she embrace the woo-woo, Shelley, I say to you, embrace the woo-woo. Connect in, okay? So your grounding is about you connecting back to yourself. So if you, part of your day, you know, those kids are driving you nuts, oh my God, the washing up. You know, the washing up mountain is huge. You know you need to do the washing. Somebody's shouting, somebody else wants the telly on, you're trying to do your homeschooling, and it's all too much, and you just feel, take yourself outside, take your shoes off, put your feet on the ground, just breathe. Shake it all out, shake that, all that negativity out, literally down to your fingertips, with passion, okay? It's not a, it's a, get it out, connect back in, breathe it in, breathe, literally feel it coming up from the earth, feel it coming up, all that energy, because let's face it, lots of things are going to shit in a shovel, but Mother Earth is healing, so take some of that, okay? Changing seasons are affecting it. I don't know whether your kids are experiencing change in sleep patterns. I know loads of adults are, but the fascinating thing, I was doing a Zoom class with my Buddha Buddies mums this morning, and the babies are changing patterns. So things are afoot, okay? It can't be that every baby is, you know, teething, going through a growth spurt, going through sleep regression. There is something afoot that, you know, babies are definitely more attuned. Maybe they're picking up on the fact that we are hitting another week and we're a bit uncertain, and we've now got talk, and you know, for you guys, you're all in the UK, but some of the other people watching this are global. We know we're going to be coming out of lockdown soon. We don't know what it's going to look like. Anxieties have peaked all over again because we're now dealing with the unknown. And I think pretty much everybody in this group is homeschooling. Hi, Sarah. You managed to escape work for a few hours. Well, a few minutes. Oh, no, end of the day. I'm hoping you haven't been working too hard. So, yeah, you know, all that flux is changing. Okay, all the change of seasons and our uncertainty, it's all going into one big melting pot. Pip, as usual, is coming to join me. In and out. It's going, no, that's a bit boring. Off I go again. So, grounding. Okay, just take it all the way back. Many of you who I know here, you know, you're in a fortunate position that you've got lovely gardens. Barnsley, you're lucky you can go down to the sea. So we're all quite envious on that front, because I can almost feel my energy calling out for that energy from the sea, because there's nothing else like it. We're not fortunate enough like you to be able to do that, but we have got space. Yeah, anybody watching this, you can find some space, you can find some ground. Hi Janie, give us a wave, let me know you're here, everybody, because I know you're popping in, so pop some comments in, so give me a hi and let me know that I'm keeping you entertained with a bit of woo woo, as I do. But it is an important woo woo, this one. Okay, it's something that I've been wanting to talk to you guys about for a while. Just recapping for those guys coming in, we're talking about grounding techniques and changing your flow of energy, because our systems are feeling a bit out of whack. My sleep patterns have now changed again, and I seem to now be back in sync. I think that was a double whammy for me. I don't know about you guys, but I was doing a few late nights last week, and I've gone back to being kind of about 10 o'clock. I always go to sleep with a meditation. If I don't go to sleep with a meditation, then my brain goes blah. But that's working back for me, where before, even when I was putting things on, I was waking up and then unable to sleep again. But I seem to be a little bit more settled. But I know babies, kids, adults, lots of people are up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning because they just can't get back to sleep. And grounding with breath can really, really help you. I'm not saying it's a get back to sleep technique, because that's a whole different ball game, but try and find a time every day to do this. Quite often you don't need to ground every day, but I think at the moment we just need to soak up some of that energy, because bizarrely enough, you know, our friendships and our families, they stoke that energy for us. Hi Rachel. Oh yeah, see, she's been getting electric shocks too. Yeah, it's your energy flow. And it's interesting, I've done some corporate work. Janie will know this, because this is how we got chatting, and they obviously thought I was a little bit woo woo, and then I said, who here gets electric shocks? And literally every single person in the room went, yeah, I get them 7-8 times a day. And I'm like, yeah, you see that great big tree out there? You need to go and touch that tree. They were like, really? I was like, trust me, connect that back in again, because when you're surrounded, especially in, you know, this was up in town, and you know, big, they were like 5 flights up, everything was synthetic, from the carpets to the light switches. You need to connect your energy back to a source. Okay, but our friends and our connections and our hugs, you know, all of that, we're missing all of that, which is why I think so many people are struggling with the energy, because you know, you know you've got friends that you love their energy, you love their vibe, and that is because you pick up from that. We pick up other people's vibe and go, God, I love being with them. God, they make me feel so bright or bubbly, or I could do anything. You know, that energy flows from that person. And we haven't got access to any of that. So we have to find our own source. Mother Earth is the best one. So I hate to say hug a tree, but if you can hug a tree, yeah, just put, honestly, the texture of tree trunks. Again, my kids, you know they're quite used to my craziness. But you know, hands on a tree, hugging a tree, taking those breaths in. You know what? Lovely air, less pollution because of the cars, taking some nice deep breaths in the privacy of your own garden when you're taking your daily walk. Sarah, I know, does some big walks around locally where we live. You know, kick off your shoes, take your shoes off, feel that connection back in, and see how that feels. Okay, I prefer to do it standing. You can do it sitting. You can do it anyway, you can do it lying down. But I kind of like that thing of getting my body to feel a little bit like a tree. It's a very, kind of, I came across this with yoga many years ago when I started doing yoga, and, when you're a mountain pose, my original yoga teacher taught me by, think of your feet as rooted like a tree, and those roots, visualize those roots going into the earth, and they are grounding you. Those roots are substantial. You are not moving with those roots. And feel that energy coming from the roots up the body. And you know what? And then, which is most probably one of the reasons I still love mountain pose, because I feel that visualization. I like my visualizations. How my brain works, I connect with them better than any other method, really. But think of it, roots connecting down through your feet, which is why I kind of like to move my feet a bit and squidge the toes and lift the toes up, lift the heels up, connect it back down. Really, really move with it. It doesn't have to be a static thing. You can really move with it, and just see how that feels, and then find that place where you kind of go, here's where I feel it. And you will feel it. You will feel that energy flowing up, and your breath will become easier, and your chest becomes lighter but more expanded, because you just want to fill with that energy that flows through. But do it with your breath, because it feels better. One, it will flow better, but it doesn't matter whether you're taking a massive in-breath or not. Just go with it, feel it down, and as I said, and when you're done, before and after, shake it out. You'd have stored enough in, but shake that excess out so you are ready to go, and you will feel that change in that flow. I hope that helps. I hope that is something that you can try. Let me know if you want to try it, if you have tried it, if you currently do it. Hit me with a little comment why I'm here. Yes, I'm so sorry about the lighting. I wanted to do it outside because it's so lovely, but I just thought the wind, you would just never hear me. I've got some fancy mics and everything, but I thought, yeah, no problem, Chrissy. I'm sure you do. Chrissy, you must do grounding. I know. I know you must be a girl who loves to do her grounding. It's also a really good one to get the kids to do. When they're going a bit off kilter. You can do it in a circle or hold hands. Take that breath in and this is what I used to do with the kids classes. In your own way. That's what it is. This is just my way. You should know from you guys watching my stuff before, there is no right or wrong. These are just my ideas. These are just my tips. Hi Hannah, how you doing? You have to find your own path in this. Mine are just little snippets of things I have used and worked for me. Sorry I missed your yoga class, Hannah, by the way. If you guys didn't see, I put a link in. Hannah is doing a fabulous 5-day workshop with her sister, who's also lovely. And she was doing a yoga class, but unfortunately I had to take a call this morning, and it was quite a sad one. So, yeah, good, Chrissy. Just, take it, but with the kids. My little tip for you with the kids is make it fun. Okay? So really play with the feet. Play with the feet beforehand. Really get them moving. Lift your feet up. I've done some crazy things with the kids. I've done dinosaur walks and all sorts of stuff. Depending on the age of your kids and their understanding, but they understand energy. They understand flow. We're gonna take that energy from the earth. They're gonna go, really? Yeah, come on. Make it fun. Some of you here have got older kids. You don't need to. You can just say, do you know what? We're going to go out barefooted. Don't even tell them what you're going to do. And just see how that feels, because a lot of people don't walk barefooted. And a lot of parents feel quite anxious with their kids being outside barefooted. Get them out barefooted and get them to explore textures with their feet and their toes, because a lot of kids have got great mobility in their toes, and we lose that as adults. And in fact, we lose that as kids because we force shoes on all the time. And I laugh because Mia, I'll have to check to see whether she can still do it. She used to be able to pick up tiny things with her toes. She had also, because obviously we did quite a lot of footwork. And, you know, if you're using yoga as a base, you know, Hannah's a yoga teacher. She knows all of this. You know, it's the base of a lot of your standing poses. So you want to make sure that you have got movement in there. You know, they're not just objects that are stuck at the bottom of your body. They are part of you. So use them for you guys with the kids. Just try it with yourself. If you're not used to being outside with barefooted, just play with it. Because honestly, it does, you know, you can have a little move to it, put some music on if you want to. You know, change it up a bit. But for the kids, get them to explore and make that the exercise. Because with that will come the grounding. Kids are more grounded anyway. Saying that, obviously, if you've got any kids on, you know, learning issues on the spectrum, their energy can be really, really, really out of whack. And breathing and grounding they can be transforming for them. So if you have got children who are fitting in that, then please try this, because, you know, they are out of their routines and struggling even more, and it must be incredibly hard for the parents who are trying to instigate familiar patterns for them to keep them more regulated. But grounding and working with the body and keeping them connected to it is a great tool that they can then always use. I mean, that's what these mindful tips are about. You know, tips that you can take away and you can use them anywhere, anytime. So grounding, go out and try it, hug a tree, but kick your shoes off. Kick your shoes off in your garden, when you're walking the dog. Sarah, I'd be delighted if you would, on one of your epic walks, because I think it was Sunday, was it? She went off for like 2.5 hours. She must have covered Merryworth to East Peckham, I'm imagining, and all of that. But she posted some beautiful photos of the things that she sees. Halfway through, kick off your shoes. You know, maybe not in the field with the cows, but, you know, try different things. Try being on the grass, try being on the earth. See how that feels. Do that grounding and see how that you know, on a tree, does it feel different? Because we all have to do it in our own little way. But I think that's enough waffling on for me, and I will be back tomorrow. And tomorrow, Hannah, this will make you smile, we're going to talk about brain breaks, which I mentioned in, Hannah and I did an interview last week for her group, and I kind of covered it and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to talk more. I've been planning on talking more about it. I love brain breaks. It really comes into my Buddha Buddies training with working with the older kids, but it's all about snippets of time, getting them up and moving and breaking state and feeding the brain, but little snippets that are easy to fit in and manageable, because we've all got too much to do. On a quick note, did you guys get my daily planner? Chrissy, it went horribly wrong for me today. I had it all planned out. I was thrown by quite a harrowing call. We've got a family friend who's, we've now found out, is very, very, very poorly. And just as I was about to start my yoga class with Hannah, she called me. So I'm all right letting that go, because in the priorities, again, it's that, you know, my heart centre was hit, but priorities puts things in context again, and I can let that go for a day. But if anybody wants that, I've put that in the files section in the top of the group. It's not my best artistic work, I do apologise. I will at some point get round to doing a much better version, but planning out my day, I'm trying to timetable my day so that I don't feel like I've got to the end of my day and achieved nothing, because I'm not good at that. That doesn't sit well with me. I know there's lots of conversations on social media about this at the moment, but for me, I like that feeling of achievement. It doesn't matter how small that achievement is. It may well be that I've set myself quite a lot to do, but I'm all right with that. But it's that juggle, isn't it? We're struggling with homeschooling, working, shopping, Tesco Gate. I don't know whether you guys watched the one yesterday. Chrissy, when I was talking about Tesco Gate with my mum, Tesco Gate is carrying on. You know, I know many of us are looking after, I don't mean looking after, keeping an eye on our elderly parents and friends. You know, we've all got responsibilities, and that is part and parcel of it, but we need to carve out these little moments, and grounding it is an easy one to fit in. And I'm, you know, I've gone back to doing it every day again. Not by the sea, which is where I'd like to be, which is just, you know, I think we're all like, freedom, we need freedom. But I've got a little pond in my garden with a water fountain. So do you know what? That's my new zen. That's my new place. Might be a poor second fiddle, but I'm just going to go with it, and I've got the sound of water flowing. I can connect back. I've planted all around it. It's green and lush and flowers and bumblebees, and I'll take that and be thankful, because there are people in a lot worse position than I am. So thank you all very much for watching. I hope I have passed on a few little tips that you can use. Oh, by the way, my headband I have stolen from my daughter. She got a new stash. If you know Mia, you'll know she likes her headbands, and I stole it. She's lovely, so she let me. And if anybody saw the photo of the chocolate cheesecake, Hannah, you definitely would not want to be putting it in your healthy recipes menu, just to let you know. But it's delicious. It's delicious. Anyway, I'm going to go. I will see you all 4 o'clock tomorrow. Let me know how you get on with your grounding stuff, because I'd be really interested to know. And if you have other ways, I mean, again, Hannah, I'm sure you've got different ways of approaching it. And I also want to point out that my brother has given us access to his standing meditations on a Thursday at 1 o'clock. They're really good. If you want to try something completely different, but it's 20 minutes of just that connection back in. I will put the link back up to that tomorrow. I'm going to join him. I didn't do it last week because I wasn't feeling too great, but I'm going to be joining him on Thursday. It's a little bit weird, and I'm sure Hannah gets this, to join your sibling virtually, but you're both kind of talking about the same stuff. It's a little bit weird. But for those of you who haven't seen anything about my brother, you'll like him. He's a nice guy, and he's very watchable. And he does a lot of live stuff. But his standing meditations they take this grounding and they take it up a whole different level. But he starts with the whole basic stuff, which I really like. And again, it will just take that up. So if you want to learn a few more different techniques to bring in, and you've got 20 minutes, he has kids and stuff because he teaches kids and adults. He's a martial arts instructor. So if you want to bring the kids along to that one, please do. I'm going to put the link up tomorrow when he posts up the new link. And I will see you guys in that one as well. But 4 o'clock tomorrow, brain breaks and an update on grounding. So thanks for watching. Have a lovely evening, everybody. Afternoon, evening, and I will catch up with you then. All right.